Well, basically, this embarrassment with the Google snooping up Wi-Fi data is kind of the gift that keeps on giving. There's a new FCC report that sort of analyzes what happened inside the company. Google has been saying this is the acts of a sort of a rogue engineer at the company. And what this discloses is that he at least tried to tell other people about what was going on, and there's evidence that he did. But the practice kept on going. So it's one of these things where, what did they know and when did they know it kind of things. And also, it also sort of points to Google being somewhat of a chaotic place where a lot of memos goes around and people maybe aren't paying attention.
Hey, Don, it seems like Google got its wrist, I don't even know if a slap is an accurate word. It's got its wrist tapped by the FCC. There was a $25,000 fine on this. Do these new revelations mean that there's going to be more scrutiny of this project or more pain for Google going forward?
I think it just kind of fits in the general gestalt Google has now of being scrutinized for all its privacy activities. They've pretty much, apologized, gone through all this activity. And it's not really clear this one will amount to anything, at least from the standpoint of the FCC, which concluded that it did not break FCC law. It's possible it could fit into other investigations. Noted this engineer who has not been identified pleaded the fifth. He wouldn't take a deposition with the FCC. So that sort of suggests to me that he thinks that there may be some legal outcomes of the case.
Yeah, and according to the story you wrote with Amir Efrati, it said the practice continued for 2 years after the internal disclosures. I mean, so this was going on a long time. I mean, it can't just have been, nobody knew about it. Presumably expense reports were filed over a period of 2 years for gasoline at the bare minimum.
Well, I mean, they were definitely sucking up data. Most of it, they were driving around taking pictures of people's houses. The Wi-Fi data was seen to most people as kind of a sideline, and then what was being gathered of the Wi-Fi data also was not, thought about very much. Clearly, in the grand scheme of this project, this was not something that was a high priority to the management of Google. The question is really, should they have, looked at these disclosures and put a stop to it right away? And they, for one reason or another, they just didn't.
Has the company responded to any of these reports, Don? And have they said they're going to change the way they run these sorts of programs going forward?
They've done all kinds of changes related, since these disclosures about this Why Spy episode have been happening for almost 2 years now. So they've changed many things about their practices, they say, and apologized. And this was definitely one of these things where they've admitted from the get-go they were wrong. It should never have happened. And and then in response to this particular FCC report, they sort of just say, generally, we disagree with some of the language in this document, but we hope this puts it behind us.